Leaked attempt to arrest Biafra Deputy Prime Minister Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE was thwarted and exposed. That is to say, a plan to arrest Biafra Deputy Prime Minister Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE was exposed, allegedly orchestrated by opposition factions. Reports claim that some individuals contacted the Atlanta FBI to file complaints against Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE, accusing her of crimes. Supporters argue that the only crime Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE committed is advocating for her people's freedom and preserving a legacy. A Twitter media group is allegedly discussing strategies to incriminate her, including fabricating accusations. Accusations include misleading recruitment claims and manufactured witness testimonies to tarnish Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE's reputation. The opposition is said to be using the same tactics previously deployed against past leaders, such as Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. NGOZI ORABUEZE's supporters warn against engaging with opposition platforms, labeling them as deceptive and harmful. The situation is described as a struggle for power within the movement, with some seeking leadership at any cost. Emphasis is placed on the resilience of women, suggesting that targeting NGOZI ORABUEZE will backfire on her adversaries. Despite challenges, the movement vows to continue its pursuit of freedom and warns detractors of consequences. In a dramatic twist that has captured widespread attention, news has emerged detailing a leaked attempt to arrest Deputy Prime Minister Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE of the BiAFRA movement. According to the report, a scheme was uncovered in which opposition groups and dissident factions allegedly conspired to fabricate charges against Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE, an influential figure known for her advocacy of freedom for her people and commitment to preserving an important legacy. The plan, which was exposed through leaked communications and heated online discussions, appears to have been part of a broader power struggle within the movement, a struggle in which some participants seem determined to secure leadership positions at any cost. The controversy centers on accusations made by individuals who claim that Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE has committed crimes. These allegations include the creation of misleading recruitment narratives and the use of fabricated witness testimonies intended to tarnish her reputation. In what appears to be an orchestrated effort to undermine her credibility, some members of a Twitter media group were reportedly discussing strategies to not only incriminate her, but also to pressure law enforcement by contacting the Atlanta Federal Bureau of Investigation. In these discussions, participants urged one another to submit video evidence and other clips as supposed proof of wrongdoing, although there is little concrete evidence to support these claims. Supporters of Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE counter that the only crime she has committed is to tirelessly advocate for the rights and freedom of her people. They argue that her actions have always been transparent, publicly conducted through open question and answer sessions and regular programs that leave nothing to conceal. They point out that Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE has even taken proactive measures by reporting threats to the authorities herself, demonstrating her commitment to operating within the bounds of the law. For these loyal supporters, the allegations are seen as nothing more than a desperate attempt by opposition factions to silence a prominent leader who has long been a voice for change. The leaked communications reveal that some members of the opposition were not only planning to accuse Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE of various crimes, but were also cautious enough to advise their peers against directly threatening her. They believed that any overt threat could undermine their case, as it might be used against them legally or in public opinion. This internal caution reflects a broader awareness among the opposition that their actions were being closely watched by both national and international observers. The idea that even the Atlanta Federal Bureau of Investigation was aware of every move only heightened the stakes of the situation. Adding to the complexity, The discussions mentioned that similar tactics were used in past controversies involving other leaders such as Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. This historical context is significant because it suggests that the methods employed against Dr. Ngozi Orabueze are not isolated incidents, but part of a recurring pattern of political maneuvering. By drawing parallels with previous cases, her supporters imply that the opposition's current actions are predictable, desperate, and ultimately destined to fail. They see these repeated strategies as evidence of an entrenched system of corruption and manipulation that seeks to silence voices advocating for independence and self-determination. Beyond the legal and political maneuvers, the report touches on the personal toll such accusations can take. There is a palpable concern among supporters for the safety of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze and her family, as well as for the broader movement that depends on her leadership. Warnings have been issued for people to exercise caution when engaging on platforms where these contentious debates take place. Critics of the opposition argue that associating with these groups can inadvertently lend support to harmful tactics and further the spread of misinformation. The emphasis is on the need for unity and vigilance among those who believe in the cause of freedom and the proper restoration of the Biafra identity. In one particularly revealing moment, captured in the leaked messages, a voice within the opposition group expressed astonishment at the boldness of their plans. This individual noted that while the claims being made were outrageous, there was a deliberate effort to hide behind formal channels, such as the Federal Bureau of Investigation, to lend a veneer of legitimacy to their allegations. Despite the calculated nature of their actions, the very fact that these plans were discussed in an open forum led to their exposure. As a result, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze's supporters have rallied even more fervently behind her, insisting that her only misdeed is her relentless pursuit of freedom and justice for her people. What is particularly striking about the entire episode is the stark contrast between the public persona of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze and the tactics employed by her detractors. While she is widely known as a transparent and dedicated leader, someone who holds regular public sessions to address issues openly, the opposition's secretive maneuvers reveal a different, more underhanded approach to political power. The allegations, often couched in coded language and subtle hints, are meant to create a narrative that casts doubt on her intentions and undermines her moral authority. However, for those who have followed her work over the years, these claims seem not only baseless, but also indicative of a broader agenda to control and manipulate the political landscape for personal gain. The situation has been described as a battle for the soul of the movement. On one side are the forces of change led by figures like Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who are committed to a transparent and inclusive struggle for freedom. On the other side are elements within the movement who appear more interested in consolidating power than in genuinely addressing the grievances of the people. This internal conflict has significant implications for the future of the Biafra movement, as it raises fundamental questions about who truly represents the aspirations of the people and what methods are acceptable in the pursuit of political objectives. As the controversy unfolds, it is clear that the repercussions of this leak will be felt far beyond the immediate political arena. The allegations and the ensuing discussions have already begun to polarize opinions, drawing sharp lines between those who see Dr. Ngozi Orabueze as a symbol of hope and those who view her as a threat to the established order. In the midst of all this, the steadfast determination of her supporters serves as a reminder that movements founded on the principles of freedom and justice are often subjected to fierce resistance from those who stand to lose power.
Please read the plot by the so-called Briggy fallback members against the COS Deputy Prime Minister. Is this the Biafra Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu Prime Minister Simon Ekpa told them to restore the plan of the evil ones. You can imagine the plans they are making. Let me see if I can be able to read it out for you so that you can understand. You see where they are planning it. The title there is Briggy Twitter Media Team. In their group, this is what they are discussing in their group. Look at it. He said Nigeria will be sanctioned to. Let me see. Let me get the full tweets. You see the discussions people are having. You see? Say this is unacceptable. Just got off the phone with the Atlanta FBI. They are reporting the deputy prime minister to FBI. They say, just got off the phone with the Atlanta FBI. Guys, I need your help. Send in videos and other clip of NGOZI's crime. Just imagine, what crime has Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE committed? The only crime Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE committed is that she is asking for the freedom of her people. And I asked these idiots, what crime has Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE committed? The crime she committed is that she's keeping the legacy of Master Simon Ekpa. She's trying to make sure that the recognition and full restoration of BiAFRA is done. That's the crime she's committed. They said, just got off the phone with the Atlanta FBI. Guys, I need your help. Send in videos and other clips of NGOZI's crime. Asa. Refrain from threatening her directly and it will affect our case. You see? He's advising his member. He said, refrain from threatening her directly as it would affect our case. You can expose, but don't threaten. They have been watching. And I thank God they have been watching. I don't know where they kept their brain. Every single thing we are doing, we know that the FBI is watching. We know that the whole world is watching. There's nothing that Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE is saying about BiAFRA is saying in secret. She conducts question and answer section. She conducts program almost every week. Nothing is secret. They are watching. Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE herself has made a report to FBI by herself. When this threat became super, she herself has made a report to the FBI. And you see these idiots trying to gather some ignorant people like themselves, and this is what they are discussing. How to put Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE in problem. They have been watching. I had long 15-minute conversation now. Cut off all direct communication with her, even on her posts. You see the instruction given that their members should cut all the communication with her so that when all those lies they are spilling and the attack against her, they will not be dictated. You see, cut off all direct communication with her, even in her posts. Send in clips as it's needed, even where someone called into Ada's life broadcast about his 3 friends who went to her recruitment exercise and never came back. Look at these idiots. Look at these idiots. Our deputy prime minister have made it very clear when she released the number of people who want to be recruited into the United States of Biafra Army should send in their CV. She made it clear several times that recruitment have not started. Interview have not yet done. Interview have not yet been done, let alone recruitment. But what did they do? They go and begin to connive, to get people to make calls, to get people to claim that they are working for NGOZI. The same thing, exact thing, the same thing that DOS was doing against Master Simon Ekpa. This is the same template these people are playing. The same template that DOS played, that is what these people are playing. You can imagine what people who claim to be fighting for Biafra are discussing in their group. You can imagine what they are discussing in their group. You can imagine.
What a wonderful question, Bianca of this platform. First and foremost, I want to say, Simon Ekpa has come out to say, or has outlined countless times that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a battle of gun. It means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojukwu fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, Mazen Mikanu did it via his own dimension. So ECPA is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Samonekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Ndigbo and that of the southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Samonekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Samonekpa and Nnamdi Kanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other, nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Samonekpa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible, and why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also to the government, to the Nigerian government, be worried about this. Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Samonekpa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? Say a particular tribe or a major tribe to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. That means dominance. That means the Hausa man would now dominate virtually every government parastatals in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Yoruba man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angobula said, he said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country, and we know it. I know it too. And every man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that Ojukwu have foreseen this whole thing. That was why he championed this Biafra struggle. And now, gradually, it is now becoming a reality in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, there are some Igbo men, some women are even tired of the system called Nigeria, just because they feel their brother is still in president. Now, my brother, I can bet you, come 2027, the Yorubas will be championing old Ojukwu Republic more than the Igbo man. I can bet you that. That and then certain of. Yes, we will championing because it is certain when their president, when their brother is being kicked away from the presidency, already there is a plot, and which he himself cannot escape. The president himself knows that there is a plot, and then the big shots in the north are forming alliance. You know it. RFI, a powerful influence in the north, is not in the league. Sorry, is not in good terms with the president. And now nobody can take that factor. What RFI did. Honestly, I made President Tinubu emerge as the president via his own influence, and then we have also the likes of Angulai, which is the chairman of the Northern Order Forum. He said, post that election, that the Northern Order Forum supported Tinubu, but come 2027, Tinubu will not get their support. So what does that mean? Now so now if the average left person is not giving the vote, now where will they get the vote? It just come by 2027. The same thing the Yorubas have been after the votes for. Now they will be the mastermind of it, because I can bet you by 2027 Yoruba will know.